Listen to 6 people talking about schools of the future and match what they say with the statements. There is one statement you don't have to use. Speaker 1. Whatever the configuration of a school of the future might be, technology will be a big part of it. The school days when computers meant word processing or playing games are already behind us. Nowadays, children's students study bee anatomy with the help of electronic microscopes. Computer programs help very young children in kindergartens to learn their ABC and numbers. Computers and other technologies are going to play a great part in school education. But one thing is clear, they will be used to acquaint students through interaction with various aspects of life. Speaker 2.
Nowadays, a lot of architects and designers are thinking about what the school of the future will look like. One of the most successful projects is a school consisting of several modules. In such a school, a learning space goes beyond the limitations of the walls. There will be learning areas both inside and outside the school building. In a school of this type, students will be able to learn in groups and individually.
Speaker 3.
I believe that most schools in the future will be hybrids of the traditional and the high-tech. These schools will bring students together, at least for part of the day, for face-to-face interactions with one another and their teachers. At the same time, a lot of work will be organized around computers, internet-based research, and distant learning. Distant learning is convenient in cases of individual courses or courses that are too expensive for average schools. So the typical child will not be attending by sitting at home on a computer. He or she will be going to school just as now. Only the school will be very different, and many of the courses won't be taught just by teachers.
Speaker 4.
I think that schools of the future will be more flexible. Students will be able to choose when and where to do their work. They will have a better chance to investigate subjects that interest them, including specialized courses. With the help of the new technologies, students will be able to communicate with other students and teachers all over the country and all over the world. Students will have more control over their own education. Thus, the education process will be more interesting to them and highly motivating.
Speaker 5.
There is another important thing I'd like to point out. I strongly believe that schools of the future will provide more effective teaching. Partly this will happen because schools will have more effective teachers. Also, technology itself will improve teaching and make learning better in many ways, which teachers in traditional classrooms are simply not able to do. Advanced computer graphics, simulations, and video will present difficult material so clearly that every student will be able to understand it. The best teachers of the world will be available to any classroom at any time or place.
Speaker 6. There's one more important aspect of this problem. New schools will be more beneficial to teachers. Teachers of the future will have a greater variety of schools to choose from and a greater variety of roles they might play. The typical teacher will no longer be standing in front of a class of 25 or 30 children. Indeed, there will no longer be a typical teacher. Specialization and differentiation will become the norm. The money teachers will get will partly depend on how much their students learn. Good teachers will be rewarded for their skills and success. Overall, working conditions for teachers will be more attractive to people with talent and ambition.